Tell us a little bit about your journey.
I got to a point where I was like, I just need to make a choice. I need to either work in this business with you or you find someone else.
What type of work do you mainly do?
We mainly focus on new builds. We've done 7 developments in the past.
What's been your biggest lesson?
You don't win them all, but building ourselves into a position where if you didn't win something, it was okay.
How has your mindset changed and developed over the last 12 months? What would you say to that person who is maybe struggling?
Growth definitely happens when you're willing to stay curious. Just believe that you can always grow, you can always evolve.
What's the future look like? Where would you like to take the business?
That's a hard question.
All right. Welcome to the Builder's Ladder, brought to you by The Professional Builder. I'm Marti, your host and founder of The Professional Builder. And today we're with Kylie Gardner. Kylie, how are you?
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks. Lovely to be here. Feel really privileged to be asked to do this by yourself. So yeah, really looking forward to contributing in some way, and hopefully someone out there can take something away from this conversation.
Absolutely. You're a rock star in our community, and I've been waiting and looking forward to talking to you. So tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you get into building? And tell us a little bit about your company and the kind of work that you do.
Okay, cool. So I got into this not by choice. Which I heard from a lot of the people, a lot of the women at the summit anyway. You kind of just fall into it or get given the admin stuff to start with. So yeah, my husband started building more than 20 years ago, doing his apprenticeship in that, and then I was working in finance at the time, and then I'd do stuff for the business at night. So I'd work during the day, get home at night, and then I'd do the books for the accountant, pay bills or whatever. Back when there was checks, and so I'd go through and go, hey. Wake my husband up at 11 o'clock at night. What's this check for? Because he'd rip a check out and just fill it out and hadn't filled the button. And so, yeah, and then he grew quite quickly on his own. Him and one of his friends were building at the time. And then I got to a point where I was like, I just need to make a choice. I need to either work in this business with you or you find someone else. And we both agreed we didn't want anyone else to do it. And his parents were in business together. And I remember saying to his dad, this is either going to be really successful or end in divorce.
Yep.
And I think the best piece of advice I've had, and to this day I still remember, is he said to me, you work out what you're good at and he works out what he's good at. So basically stay in your lanes. And it will be fine. Yeah. So
just on that, how have you found working with your spouse? Because we have a lot of husband and wife partners within the community.
Yeah.
What are 2 or 3 things that you feel make it work? Like, is it setting boundaries? Is it agreeing role scope?
Yeah.
How do you make it work?
Well, pretty much what I just said. Like he knows my strengths and I know his strengths, and you just leave them to it. So you can have those conversations where you can suggest things, but at the end of the day, I don't know as much about building as he does. He doesn't know as much about Xero or accounting or anything else that, and so we just leave each other to it. It's hard. I mean, I look at some people, and I have some really good role models here where they've made it work. They've been in business for years and just made it work. But I know there's people our age and younger who are in business that are finding their feet and working out ways to make that work.
Do you have any rules? Like, how do you separate work and business? Do you have hey, 6:30 comes, there's no work talk, or how do you cope with that?
Yeah, we do try that. We try the whole 6 o'clock, no business. It's about the kids and whatnot, but it doesn't work. Business really never stops.
24/7 beast, isn't it?
24/7, yeah, for sure. And you've just got to. I feel like the better things are during the day, the better systems you've got going, the better communication leaves less for those after hours. So
absolutely,
yeah, we're at a point now where I feel like we're there, like we don't have so much business conversation at home. It is minimal, but it's still got to happen. Like you say, it's not a 9 to 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, What type of work do you mainly do? Where are you based? How big are the projects that you're doing? How many people are on your team, etc.?
Yeah, so we're in the Kapiti Coast. We have built further afield, Manawatu area and Wellington area. We mainly focus on new builds. We've done 7 developments in the past, so those aren't large scale developments. Those are probably maximum 20 houses.
For yourself or
Yep,
for a developer?
yep. So we've
Awesome.
bought the land, developed it, and we sell off a few sections to cover some costs, and then we'll do land and build. So we'll hold on to that. Those sorts of things got us through the whole, the ups and downs of the economy.
Yep.
Just having that constant supply and behind us. We've got a team at this stage right now, a team of 12, and that includes 2 of us in the office. My husband, and then he's got I'm going to say three builders, 2 apprentices, and the rest are hammer hands.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
And who does the estimating? Do you have your own plans? How's that side of things work?
yeah, so we it depends. So there's a whole lot of scenarios. So if a client comes to us and they want to buy one of our like our subdivision and want to invest in that, we have some plans that we already have pre-designed for the section, but we've never built the same house twice. They've always been different, and they suit the section. They're there for the sun, morning sun, evening sun, and all their outdoor living spaces and that. So we offer them what we've designed, and we can give them a price. We do our own estimating, although we have started using Rapid QS, which has been amazing. But then there's other scenarios when they might have a piece of land somewhere else. They might know what they want to build, or they might just have in their head what they want. So we sit them down and get their wish list together, and then we get them a concept design and go from there.
Awesome. And how's your mindset changed and developed over the last 12 months, and how have you grown as a leader?
That's a hard question.
I'm here to ask the tough questions.
Yeah. I hate being like, I don't want to seem like a fat head or, like a big head or anything. But one thing the Women in Construction group has taught me is that you've really just got to take it on board. And the fact of the matter is, if I wasn't here, then things wouldn't tick over as smoothly as they do. So I don't know. I think it's definitely got a lot to do with my upbringing. We were raised, I've got a twin sister. So when I say we, I'm talking, we're one. Yeah, she's 20 minutes older than me though. So she's the boss. But we were raised by our grandmother. So our mum was young when she had us and then went back to work. And we were raised by our grandmother. So it was the old school upbringing, like you got the jandal, or you got the, there was the discipline.
The jug cord. I remember getting chased with the wooden spoon around the house.
Yes. I think my sister ended up breaking that. But I think it's just definitely got I listened to the speaker, what was his name? Lachlan Stewart.
58 marathons and 58 days.
Yeah. And the whole resilience, that's so true. It definitely does get you through those hard times, and not saying that that's easy either, but from our upbringing in particular, that's where that all comes to. That's where you lean on. Faith was another. My grandma's strong religion in the house, because she was brought up like that too. So that's another sort of thing that I lean to when things get tough as well. And family, we've got a big family, and really fortunate to have some amazing women in particular. Like my mum's a strong woman, my auntie's a strong woman, my cousin's a strong woman as well, and we definitely wear the pants, I guess. Yeah. So just to go back to your question, I just feel like it's the daily habits that I've either been brought up with or instilled in myself through my younger years that have just sort of compiled, and I'm always willing to learn. I never get to a point where I'm like, oh, I already know enough, or I
think that's two of the key characteristics that I see are common in people who succeed in any endeavor. One is curiosity.
Yeah, curiosity.
And the other is intensity. So curiosity, how do I make this better? Who's doing this that's succeeding? I could go and chat with. How do I learn to be better? And the other one is intensity. So it's shortening the time between learning and execution so that you get the result, and then driving hard and doing whatever
Yeah.
it takes to
Yeah.
execute.
That's a great way to explain it. And then also, I'm not sure what the word for this is, but like if something did go wrong, whether it was my fault or someone else's fault, it's like, how do we learn from this? And what can we do? What can we put in place to avoid this happening again? You know, and so
Exactly. Yeah,
never blaming someone or getting anyone to take the blame. It's like, okay, it happened. How do we avoid this next time? Or
exactly.
what can we put in place? Yeah.
And I think if you install that PSR framework with your team,
Yeah.
it's an absolute game changer. So
Yeah.
correctly define the problem. What are three potential solutions? And then what's your one recommendation? And that way you're giving people a voice, you're
Yeah.
building a culture of ownership, you're encouraging leaders, and you're developing conceptual and problem-solving ability so
Mm.
that you don't have to, it doesn't all sit on your shoulders 24/7.
Yep, yep, and you're growing that person too, right? You're the team member, for example. You're giving them some power to help solve the problem, and
Exactly. And they
yep,
become more confident win after win after win,
yep,
and they stack those wins. And
that's
then
it.
little by little, they take that weight off your shoulders.
Yeah.
So what's been your biggest lesson in the last 12 months or in business? Like,
You don't win them all.
Mhm.
That's probably the biggest lesson. You don't win them all. But I think building ourselves into a position where if you didn't win something, it was okay.
Yes,
Does that make
absolutely.
sense?
Yep,
Yeah,
100%. The worst thing is having to compete on price just to win a job to keep you guys busy.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the biggest learning from the last 12 months. But you know, we've done a I can see now, and I don't know, we talk about mind shift. I'm thinking, what is it? What has it been since I've been to the summit? It's me to the next level. I've always wanted to be successful, always wanted to run a business, always, always wanted to grow, blah, blah, blah. And I can say this as you can say it as much as you want, but something, and I don't know what it is, but something like a little switch has gone off and gone, you know what? I just have to bloody do this.
Yeah. I
Um,
think it's being environment is everything. If you're
yeah,
around a bunch of people who
100%.
are on the same journey and people who are one or two steps ahead who've solved the same challenge that you might be going through, and then you're like, oh, I just need to get rid of this self-limiting belief. Like, I can't charge for quotes. I can't charge for my
Yeah,
prelim budget. Can't hire good builders. This is a 10% town. If I leave side, everything turns to custard, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
yeah,
okay, someone has solved that. What was their mindset? What was the tool? And what action did they take? And then you're like,
yeah.
if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've always said, if you want to be a millionaire, hang around millionaires. But I thought I was hanging around millionaires, but maybe I wasn't.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you're right. The summit, like Simon Manor, was amazing. For my
Oh,
mind
and
shift.
then you had, have you talked to him one-on-one?
Yeah. Oh well, at the table, like really quickly.
Right.
But I'm going to reach out
He,
to him through Messenger or something.
yeah, he is such a good guy. And
Yeah.
because he's
So good.
grown through being in Growth Accelerator and then leveling
Yeah.
up to boardroom, and he's developed into a fantastic business. He's grown through other people giving him tools, resources, support.
Yeah.
He's executed, like he's fantastic. And
Yeah.
then he's giving back to the community by sharing what's working well for
So
him.
good. Yeah,
Mm.
and I love how you guys do that. Like, you get on those types of people, like Richard Fiske. Like, I look at his
Yes.
website all the time, like, I want my website to be like that, you know?
Mm.
So yeah, it's super, super helpful. Simon Manor, and then like I said in my paper, I looked at you at one stage and you were just standing there looking around in the room, and I thought to myself, wonder how it feels to look around a room with all these people that work for you and just think, I did that.
It was really a watershed moment. It was our biggest event, 200
Mhm.
members. We've been doing this 21 years. We've grown massively to
Yeah.
record month after record month after record month. We've hired, I think we've gone from like 35 to 86 people in the
Wow.
last, just in the last 9 or 10
Yeah.
months. And it was kind of a surreal moment to take it all in, be grateful for
Mhm.
where we're at, and where we're going and seeing the development of the team and just feel like, we're doing the right thing. We're doing the best thing by our people. We've got a great community. We're investing heavily into the best coaches, support, and systems to help our members win faster. And then on the other side is protect that culture
Yeah.
and make those tough calls or tough
Yeah.
decisions for anyone who's maybe not a
Yeah.
good fit or
Yeah.
not doing the right thing to have those
Yeah.
tough conversations.
Which was really cool to see you do. Like we hear you say that in the sessions and whatnot, but to actually see you stand up and have done that at the summit was like, oh wow, yeah, they mean what they say.
Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah, that was really cool. Cool to
Yeah,
hear.
and
Not
just for anyone who's listening who doesn't have context, we
oh
had a
yeah,
member who was quite negative, who we had to have a chat with. So we called him down. We had a one-on-one chat with him afterwards, and we just said, "Hey, this isn't really
yeah,
a good fit. It's not working." We've had people come up to us saying, you're like that glass of water
mm,
that someone has tipped a bit of Coke into, and that Pepsi Max is clouding and spilling ruining the whole, environment. So
mm.
you feel so good when you have those afterwards, and you're like, okay, I am holding a high standard as a leader. We are building a great culture. And it was good to see our team actually step up and go and talk with him first. And then to have discount materials by 40% from China pitching the room where we had partners who paid to be there it was funny till it wasn't funny. And then she just
Yeah,
gets bigger, and it's like,
yeah,
look, this isn't the right environment. Please pump the brakes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was a little bit confused about that, but yeah, good.
Yeah. It was just out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so what are the tools and resources that have been most helpful for you? And they don't have to be TPB ones. It could be how you price, it could be how you run your jobs, it could be marketing or your sales process. What's been
Mm.
most helpful to you or most useful that you would pass on to someone else that is a golden nugget or top of the tree that would be most helpful to people?
Probably like understanding my numbers, I'm only starting to get into that a little bit more because everyone's got an accountant, right? And I've always thought, oh well, he knows my numbers. We have monthly management meetings, and everything's all good. He comes, he's happy. But I think I need like just peeling that back a little bit more and going, okay, well, how did that number come about? Oh, okay. So our margin was priced at this, but how did it end up being that? How did it end up being lower? And
Yes.
then so go back again. Okay, well then what caused that? What was the overspend? So it's all the back costing stuff as well.
Yeah.
No, that's really, really important. And if you want to make the next job better, then you need to back cost the last job.
And do it in real time.
Yep.
Like as Lloyd said, only 15 to 20 minutes a day.
Yep.
Make sure that you stay on top of it. You have good visibility. You can talk to your subcontractors. You can talk to your team. You say, hey, we're halfway through the framing. We're meant to be at 60 hours.
Yep.
We're sitting at 75. How are we going to buy back these 15 hours in the
Yep.
next couple of weeks?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's been really helpful, and it really is those little bits of the business that make the difference. So if you
Absolutely.
understand that, yeah, and you understand why that's happening, that's the difference that
Yeah.
can make that bottom line is huge.
So we have our Women in Construction group within TPB, and that is just going from strength to strength to strength. I think we have about 65 ladies in there.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what that means, how it works, and how it helps you.
So I remember last year, I think Carla started this,
Mhm.
and I could never get there on a Wednesday at 11 o'clock because we have a roster and we look after our grandmother. There's many of us, but mine was a Wednesday morning, so I could never get to this Zoom. And then when I went to the summit, and they said all the women in construction over here, and I was like, well, I'm not in the group, but I'll just go. And I didn't realize, but every woman in the room went
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
so good, right?
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh, well, I'm going. I'm not gonna be the only
Yeah.
one not there." It's just like I said before, like you're not a lot of us were just a lot of the ladies were just the admin, or I just do payroll, or and it's about talking, it's about talking to your inner voice or yourself, just saying, well, you're not
Mm,
just the admin, you are
exactly.
the administrator that runs the payroll, that runs the contracts, that, does all
Mm,
of that. So I don't know, I just walked away from that because, and we also looked at some titles of what, like business development manager and what those tasks were under that. And I was like, that's me, but I'm also a bit of this and I'm also a bit of that. Actually, I'm superwoman, but I'm going
mm,
to take the business development manager and I'm going to implement that first thing when I get home. So on the
love
plane
it.
home, I was already emailing the graphic designer, getting my email sign-offs changed, filled out my landing card and it said occupation. So what do I put? I went to put manager and then I was like, I'm a business development manager. And I took a photo of it and put it in the women in construction group.
I love it.
Like,
How
own it,
good.
ladies.
How
Yeah.
good.
But just leading on all the other ladies there. Some were new as well to the group, and then
Mhm.
some like Pagan and Lindsay, who had been there for a while. And those are the ones that are like I look up to.
Yeah,
They're
she
in
is
that.
the weapons.
Yeah.
I just chatted with, just interviewed Simone McKenzie from WA.
Oh, yes.
She is a weapon.
Yes.
They run
Yes.
20 to 40 jobs at one time
Wow.
and back cost in real time, know their numbers down to the nth degree. They've just had a record September. And
Wow.
she was yeah, she was like, trust in yourself, verify your numbers with your team, have
Yeah.
accountability through visibility. So then
Yes.
it takes the kind of the I guess the subjectivity out of it. Well, the numbers say this. We're not within 5% of our labor hours. Like, this is way off.
Yeah.
What are we going to do to course correct before, getting way off track?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll reach out to you. But like I've already reached out to Pagan. We're having a chat tomorrow. I'm in contact with Lindsay.
Awesome.
There's a few people. Yeah. It's just really cool to, like, if you look at someone like, I look at someone like yourself or Pagan and think, that's where I want to be. I need to go talk to them.
Absolutely. And I think that's the same with me. I reach out to the people who are above me in business. We have a little 9-figure WhatsApp group, and then I have a couple of other mates that I have regular meetups in the mastermind out. So on Monday, I go to Arizona to go to Cole Gordon's 8-figure boardroom for 10 days to sharpen the sword and to,
Wow.
just meet with people who are at the
Yeah.
the next level.
So you're always learning and you're always, curious.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
and it gives you that spark of motivation and
Yeah.
innovation. You think, "Whoa, I could do this different, and that might improve this." Yeah.
Cool. That's very
What,
cool.
what do you do in your spare time to take your mind off business, or how do you,
Oh.
unwind, or what do you do for,
Um, I just
family?
love like well hanging out with the kids. Teenagers don't really want to hang out these days, but we do
I've
have a
noticed that.
7-year-old. Yeah.
Yep.
He's an absolute blessing. So he's pretty cool and energetic. So keeps us on our toes. But other than like I just like going to the gym,
Hmm.
going for a walk on the beach, hanging out with my gram, my mum. Boring
Nice.
stuff. Yeah, but
Nice. Love it.
it's just it fills my cup. Being with people that I love. Yeah, my sister,
Awesome.
some good friends. Yeah, my husband.
I love it. And what's the future look like? What's possible? Where would you like to take your business?
I'd love to get one of my goals I set from the summit was to get to boardroom phase.
Hmm.
Um, and that's based on, well, for me, it was based on numbers. But when I actually break this down, I could be there right now.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and then I guess in a business sense is just get more systems systemized in the business because I can already see the potential. I can already see me working on the business, not in it, having that time. And for me, one of the questions in that form was what does success mean? And it's for me, it's time. It's time with loved ones. It's time to do what I want to do.
Yeah. It's that old adage, how do children spell love?
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Or LOLLIES, as my 7-year-old says.
Yes, yes, yes. I love seeing uplifting people winning who are champions in the community who've got a giver's mindset, and that's definitely you, Kylie.
Aw,
I look forward to
thanks.
seeing your success and you help others, you lift others up. What would you say to that person who is maybe struggling, or they've plateaued, or they're going okay, but they know that they can just achieve much more?
Yeah, just keep pushing, keep stacking those days. Growth definitely happens when you're willing to stay curious, like you said. Keep learning and just believe that you can always grow, you can always evolve. So
Absolutely. You're
yeah,
not a tree. You're not stuck in the one spot,
yeah,
and
yeah,
grow or die.
yeah, and be the best version of yourself. That's what I'm
100%.
always trying to do. So
Awesome.
yeah,
All right. Thank you very much, Kylie. I appreciate you. You're a rock star.
thank you. Appreciate you too. Awesome. Thanks heaps.